Shoulders are open. Inhale, cow pose. And exhale to a cat-back. Good. Now if you're joining us at home, you can go ahead and flow through this with the girls for another 3 to 5 rounds of breath. As the body becomes acclimated with shape, linked with breath, feel free to make any necessary adjustments along the way, maybe deepening the breath as the body starts to warm. Maybe holding the breath at the top and bottom, building strength in the diaphragm and pelvic floor. Notice the natural bend to the elbows. All 10 fingertips are splayed wide. Relaxation through the low back. And steady fluidness through the breath. Now we'll exhale through center on the next round of breath. Tabletop pose, Baramasa. Moving into thread the needle. Now we're going to start to open up the shoulders. So on our next inhale breath, the right hand will float through heart center. Notice the shoulders naturally stacking as we breathe into the chest. Good. Now exhale, threading under center, go ahead and float your right shoulder onto the earth and reach your hand towards the side of your mat. Good. Now we have the full expression option to keep the hips high. We also have a layer down where we can float our legs towards the back wall and start to lower the hips using the natural gravity to open the shoulder as we notice the hand flow. Fullest expressions get you to float your hips up and back. And if you would like to take another layer, maybe a half bind like Heather, floating your top hand to the small of your back. All variations, now breathing deep into the chest. Focus is on our shoulder, really creating some space here again. Exhale, side out. Maybe we like to open and close the fist palm, just starting to activate through the forearm, the bicep, lengthening through each finger. Good. Now all variations, we'll go ahead and meet back through full expression. Gently rewind as you plant your left palm, and then inhale your right arm to the sky. Good. And then exhale through center tabletop pose. Good. Now we'll move through this same exact shape on the opposite side. So we plant through the right hand, inhale, the left arm lifts to the sky. Beautiful. Exhale, we thread through. Option for full expression. Option to layer down. Or option to take the arm layer, bringing the palm to the small back. Noticing that each of us are in the same shape, that receive the same benefits with just different layers. So once again, at home, feel free to move with what your body needs. Start to open and close the palm. On the next round of breath, gently start to rewind all variations, meeting through thread the needle. Take the left arm to the sky. Good. Breathe across your chest. Exhale, tabletop pose. Now, on an inhale breath, breathe to the back side of your heart. Really open your chest. And we're going to hold the breath here as we tuck all 10 toes. Press through the balls of your feet. Now a deep exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the hips skyward. Good. Now pay attention to the girls' feet. Big toes are about hip width distance apart. Roughly 2 fists width. Now, a lot of this is dependent on how your hips are anatomically shaped. Big toes right in line with the sits bones. Good. A wide-legged downward-facing dog, we start to open our stance to the long edges of our mat. Now, it's up to you at home. If you want to walk the feet in just a little bit, go ahead and take a few steps towards the middle of your mat. If you would like to stay exactly where you are, like Chelsea, you can stay where you are. Or if you'd like to layer this up, you can widen your stance like Heather. Now we'll place the weight in the left palm, and on an inhale breath, lift your hips. This will create space. And then exhale, take your right hand to the outside of your calf, like Angela, or the outside knife edge of your foot, like Chelsea. Or you can go ahead and swoop up your heel, like Heather. All variations as you inhale. Breathe deep across the rib cage and belly. Now as we exhale, we're gently going to twist, peeling our heart through towards the side of our mat. Good. Now it's equally as important to continue to press down through the feet. And as you inhale, breathe the hips towards the sky. Good. Now exhale, we release to center. Now moving to the opposite side, right palm plants. Inhale, breath, left arm lengthens. Good. Exhale, we reach deep across to the right side of the body. Now as we move into revolve downward facing dog. Ardita, Adho Mukha Svanasana is the Sanskrit associated with this shape. Notice the sensations in the body. Throughout class, allow sensation to be your guide. Feel free to go deeper, or feel free to back off. As we exhale into a downward facing dog shape, we release the left hand, and we'll go ahead and heel toe our feet to midline. Now on an inhale breath, let's come high to the tiptoes. Stack your heels. Good. Now retain the breath as you tightrope walk all the way to the top of your mat. Feel free to take a big exaggerated swoop through the leg, tiny little steps, or somewhere in between, whatever works for you. Open mouth exhale, forward fold. Bring your belly towards your thighs. Good. Take notice to your feet. All 10 toes gently lift and spread. Root down through the ball of your foot, also known as the transverse arch, and we'll go ahead and firmly place the toes into the mat. Engaging the quads by lifting the knees towards the belly, you'll find a natural bend to the knees, just like on Angela here. Inhale, half lengthen. I invite you to A, float to your fingertips. Beautiful. Or bring the fingertips to the front of the shins. Good. Exhale, forward fold, release and side out. Beautiful work. As slowly as you can, emphasis on the feet. Inhale to a standing mountain. Imagine yourself unwinding your spine and floating your heart forward. Shoulder blades melt down and in. Palms are strong. Fingers engaged. Good. Now as we stand tall and proud in our mountain pose, focusing on what is called a padabandha, or a footlock. We lift all 10 toes, roll the weight slightly into the heels, but emphasis presses down through the balls of the feet. Release your toes. We engage our quads by lifting our knees towards our belly. And a slight kiss of energy to the inside of your thighs. Core is strong as the navel draws in towards the low back. We breathe into our chest as we contract the muscles of the upper back and shoulders. Reach energy through the tips of your fingers. Good. Now notice the girls. Breathing is audible. Ujjayi breath. We lengthen our spine.